All right, let's go live. Why not? Let's see what we can do here. All right, Tyler. Take us live now that I'm back in front of the green screen proper again. Take us in. On the left. And you click the game. Ready. Steady. Spaghetti. Hey everybody. Welcome to the Discomfort Zone. It's me, your host, Jay. I'm Jay Light. That's me. I'm the host of this program. I've got, Tyler, I'm not going to lie, I've got a little puke in my throat still from when I puked earlier today.
Oh, lovely.
It's I mean, this is a perfect tie-in for what we're going to do today. So here's, hey, look, I know I'm going to have to repeat myself, because we'll get more viewers as the night goes on, but the Discomfort Zone is a show where you call in and you tell me the stories about the mistakes you made. Mistakes you made this week, other stories you made. And you win prizes. This week, because everybody gets to go outside and do stuff again soon, because it's summertime and it's vaccine time, you're going to get a kite. It's a kite.
Oh, it's green. Look, it's green, so it catches in the green screen.
Oh, it does kind of a little bit. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you can't really see. I guess I have to... Nope, that doesn't count. That's not how green screens work. I can't block it. It's not like on a Zoom call where you have the fake background.
Right.
No, you get this kite that's a void, and it gets into my soul. And it hides me. That's what you get. Anyway, we're talking, as always, the biggest mistakes that you made this week. We'll help you get to the prize round where you can win this kite. The thing that we would like you to talk about, the biggest mistake that you made this week, of course, is going to be a story of you puking. Not this week. This is just anything, a bad time to puke. Inopportune times to puke. Happened to me a couple times this week already.
It was pork, right?
Yeah, I got food poisoning. So those of you who are Pack Theater favorites, who love these shows, we'll do a show on Wednesdays called Power Selling 101 with my good buddy Ricardo Feliciano. And we were doing our anniversary stream this week. Big, long anniversary show. And I had ordered food earlier that night. I had ordered a pork sandwich from a delicious Taiwanese restaurant that I've never had any problems with before. And then I ate this pork sandwich. And hours later, I got a food poisoning and puked my guts out. I almost said I puked my butt out, but I did have diarrhea later on.
That's dysentery for sure.
But this isn't a diarrhea. We already had the poop episode last episode. This is puking. I puked my guts out, and I was up all night. I was in the fetal position. Had some gnarly food poisoning, and it happened mid-show, Tyler. It happened mid-stream.
Yikes.
About an hour in, all of a sudden I felt it. You know how sometimes you get a tell when you're about to puke. You get the mouth watery kind of feel.
Do you like get the thing where you could feel it in the back of your throat, like the little stomach acid?
No. I always get I start salivating a lot.
Oh.
Yeah. I salivate a lot right before I'm about to throw up. That's how I knew earlier today, because I also threw up again earlier today. Presumably because I ate some stuff that my stomach wasn't ready for. I don't know what it was. Eggs, cheese. It could have been any number of things. I really rolled the dice today with my choices. You're supposed to follow the brat diet after you have food poisoning.
Bread, rice.
Bananas,
rice.
Applesauce. And I forget what the T stands for.
Tea?
There's a T in there, and it stands for something.
It's not tea.
It's not tea, because it's foods. Tea is a liquid.
Okay.
Soup is not a tea.
Triscuits?
No, Triscuits are bad. They're too complex. You want bland stuff. You need white rice. You need bananas. Toast. That's what it was.
Toast.
Toast is like bread. Bread was in there somewhere.
I was right.
Mm-hmm. Tyler was right.
Thank you.
Anyway, but I puked again earlier today. Tyler and I and our other friend Sean were filming a video for our alternate channel that we have that's a VR gaming channel. And I had to get up mid-shoot to just go puke in the bathroom. and it was gross, and I still have it in my throat. Yeah, who said who's in the chat? Who do we got? Somebody saying, give me suggestions.
Too Cute Brother says milk toast.
Milk toast. See, that's probably what I had wrong. I probably had some cheese on my toast. I had a breakfast sandwich today. The breakfast sandwich will really give you some problems because there's cheese, there's egg. I put mayo on there, hot sauce. Too much.
Yeah, that's too much stuff.
And a breakfast sausage.
Have you puked a lot as a kid?
Not a whole lot, no.
Not a big puker?
Not a huge puker. That's why it throws me so much when I do puke. When I was drinking, I used to puke, but it was only because of the booze. I never puked up any of the food I ate. It would literally just be liquid puke. Like one time, I came back from a comedy show. This must have been, God, this is right after we moved to L.A. So this is, you're breathing, by the way. It's I can hear your, you're in and out. You got some loud nose breaths going on in my headphones. In the cans, Tyler.
Got some good lungs.
You got good lungs. So I puke. I'd done a show in Orange County. Tyler knows Orange County. It's the OC. It's where the OC took place for all my non-LA heads out there. So I I met some people down in Orange County, and I came back up here to hang out with our other friend Parker, who lived here at the time, and Sean. And I drank a bunch of red wine, and then I went and puked up a bunch of red wine in the bathroom later on after that. It was just pure liquid, just all red wine. It's a mistake you make.
That had been fun. It's just like The Exorcist or something.
Yeah. It was like Jesus came and touched my stomach and turned all the stomach acid to wine. That's basically what happened there. And yeah, so today I puked up actual food, and then the other day I puked up noodles. That was the biggest problem. Yeah. Because puking up noodles and whole pieces of bok choy. It hadn't been digested. It was just all sitting there, and then noodles, it's just oh my God. Of all the horrible things to puke up, and also did it right midstream. So hopefully I don't puke again midstream. I've only been taking sips of water. I'm going to go get some Gatorade after this, maybe some ginger ale.
Ooh.
I love a ginger ale. Maybe a ginger beer. Maybe I'll treat myself and get a proper, ginger beer with a nice little bit of, nice little extra bitterness to it. Anyway, I digress. Because I just want you guys to tell me your puke stories. So call in. The number is 818-873-4738. 818-8-REGRET. The lines are open. And Tyler, my producer and call screener, is here waiting and ready for your calls. For you to talk about the big mistakes you made this week. And also your puke stories. Mine just happened to line up because it happened to me this week.
Yeah, I know the puke stories when you're in school. Mm-hmm. They take the sawdust and they throw it on it.
Yeah, that's we had to do that when I worked at the Comedy Store too. Oh, I got a lot of puke stories. This is not from me, but I have just a bunch in general of puke stories that I have been involved with.
So you were the sawdust guy.
I was the sawdust guy.
Wow.
Because I had no problem. I mean, I cleaned up puke a bunch. One of the first things I did as a Comedy Store employee was clean up somebody's puke. I cleaned up... God, yeah, there was. I don't think he'd get mad at me for saying this. Lucas Hurl, you know Lucas.
Yeah,
Lucas got real drunk one night, and he, like many Comedy Store employees, would come sit in the show in the original room and hang out in the back booths. But he was too drunk and he passed out. But then he puked all over the table.
Ooh.
And I was kind enough to cover the table in the puke with the sawdust and clean it up before waking him up, so that way he didn't get extra, because he'd already puked a little bit on himself, but I didn't want him to get any extra puke on himself because I'm a gentleman. And he woke up. We got him out of his pass out, and he was like, oh man. And then he got up and he got a ride home, and then the next day he was like, yep, not drinking again for a bit, and he never puked again. But I had to clean up a lot of people's puke. It's one of the early jobs that you have, is working at a bar or a nightclub, I think, is you're just the puke guy.
Oh, yeah.
I had to clean up. I get the first time Roast Battle aired on Comedy Central. It was literally airing on the front bar downstairs at the Comedy Store. and I was watching it and also simultaneously cleaning up somebody's puke from the toilet. Or not from the toilet, from the window. Like, they'd puked on a table, and I could see through the window. I could see myself on television as I'm mopping up somebody's puke. God, it was just a mess. Just such a fucking mess. I'm going to mute Tyler's microphone so that way you can't hear him while he goes and handles his phone call business as a call screener. We got somebody on the line. We got somebody who Tyler's talking to right now, so we're going to find out what they did to puke and or mistakes they made this week. I would love to hear both. Tyler, we got somebody? Yeah. Toss him in. Who's going to win a kite? By the way, if you would like to call, we also have the lines are open still. 818-8-REGRET is that number. Hi, we have somebody on the line. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing so good.
Who are we talking to? What is your name?
Hi, my name's Sarah.
Sarah, nice to talk to you. Did you call in last show, or have we never talked to you before?
No, I just heard about this show.
Okay, I thought we talked to somebody named Sarah previously, but Sarah's a pretty generic name, so I could be just misremembering
really
stuff.
Is.
Yeah. Listen, Sarah, I'll be honest with you. I got dehydration brain going on, so I learned this week with the food poisoning. Your brain shrinks when it's dehydrated, so it can't retain as much knowledge or memory. So that's what I'm going to place the blame squarely on.
Yeah. I mean, I've eaten too many dried apricots before, so it's kind of similar.
Yeah. Dried apricots, it's a bad thing to handle. You don't want to deal with that. So
you can only have 5, but you always want more.
Yeah. Dried mango, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sarah, let's talk. I'm intrigued. We got a couple other callers, so first thing I want to hear, let's get you some initial points. What is the biggest mistake you made this week? Tell us about it.
The biggest mistake I made this week?
Yes.
It was the apricots.
Oh, you ate too many dried apricots this week?
I'm still paying for it, yeah.
What happened?
I eat one handful, and I'm like, it's so good. And then, I grab another handful. And if you hit the third handful, you're just going to be shitting your brains out for days. And I thought, maybe I'm right on the edge,
Mm-hmm.
But...
So you can feel the balance of the apricots inside your system really just start to tank. Like, you can feel the equilibrium
immediately
be tipped.
But they taste good. Why can't I have that as a snack?
That's a real downside.
Why would they come in prepackaged little things that's just fucking 2 apricots, right? The same way that they do, Twix or something.
Yeah, or trail mix.
Yeah.
Like a vacuum packed.
You get that fiber in there.
Vacuum sealed bag. Yes. I've never had dried apricots by themselves. I've had them as part of charcuterie and cheese boards.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the closest I've ever had to it.
Yeah. Well, very bougie of you.
Well, hey, listen, dried apricots are a bougie snack, so you get a little bouginess into you too. Don't forget.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Apricot, it's a little bougie. It's a bougie fruit. Drying it doesn't make it any less bougie. So let's see, Tyler. We've got a dried apricot-based mistake. Ate too many dried apricots. I mean, that's an easy one to make because you eat a food that you like and you know it's bad for you, but you're gonna keep doing it anyway. I think that's it's an honest number of points. I think you get to start off with a nice split down the middle, 250 points for that, Sarah.
Okay, thank you.
So now, you've made it on to the second round. You're starting us off strong with some apricot woes of tales of apricot-based woe. That was a tough sentence to get out. Now I want to hear about an inopportune time that you have vomited. An inopportune time you puked.
Yes. So I've puked into my hands a lot. Driving or whatever, but this is the most infamous time that I puked.
Okay.
And I was 10, and all my cousins lived in Rhode Island. They all live around a lake. It's very, suburban, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not from Rhode Island, so I would stay in the summers. And then all my cousins got the flu, but I didn't get it. But then the next week I got it, but they didn't have it. And so they were all like playing baseball and stuff, and I wanted to play with them. So I would play and just be like vomiting everywhere, like in the streets.
Oof.
But I guess because it's like a private neighborhood, like no one cleaned it up. So like for years, that like the patches of where I puked, like in the middle of the road, were like baked into it. Probably are still there, and everyone made fun of me.
You're like one of those street painting machines where they're just painting lines of puke down the middle of the road.
100%. So that, that didn't work out well.
That's a tough one. I am intrigued. You did mention puking into your hands also. I've done that before. It's not a fun thing to do because I'm sure you understand. When you puke, as I learned when I puked into my hands, it goes through your fingers real quick, and it just kind of shoots forward.
Oh, so fast. Yep.
So you puked while you were driving, you said?
That's the worst time to puke is while you're driving.
Have you puked while driving, though?
It's horrible. I've seen in movies where like the girl just pukes into her purse. Who the fuck would do that, right? That's insane.
Why.
No one would ever do that.
No one would ever do that. No one would ever puke
get
into
it
their
in
purse.
your hands and you can't. That's how it works.
I'll tell you what, puking. People who think they can hide their puke, it's a big mistake. Take it from somebody who has tried to hide a puke before. I puked one time. I was flying. And all these stories today, I got a lot of personal shit I'm dealing with today, Sarah. So I blacked out.
Well, we're here for you.
Thank you. I blacked out the night before I was supposed to fly overseas. I flew to France to intern at the Cannes Film Festival. My bouginess is showing a little bit.
Wow, zowie.
But I got sick on the plane because I was dealing with the hangover. And I puked. And there was no air sickness bag, so that's when I puked into my hands. It shot out of my fingers and onto...
Wait. Which seat were you in?
Oh, I was in the middle seat. There's no way. We were going in for a landing. There's no way I could get up. I even searched the seats next to me for air sickness bags. Nothing.
How long?
This was at the very end of the flight. And this is a long... I muted you, Tyler, so you're going to have to unmute your mic. Tyler asked how long into the flight it was, for those of you who can't hear this later on. But I puked. It was as we were going in for landing. So it was like 20 minutes left in the flight, tops. And I puked into my hands, and I got it all over my legs. And in Europe, they don't have paper towels in bathrooms. They just have one of those big, long cloth towels. That probably changed now because of COVID and everything, but at the time, so I couldn't.
They love the bidet,
They love a bidet and a towel, a big long towel in a bathroom. It's like the hand version of a bidet. So I tried to wipe myself off. It didn't happen, and so then I had to tell people, "Oh, well, the stewardess spilled food on me. Whoopsie!" And I'm sure that none of them believed me in retrospect. I was just trying to be cool and refined, I guess, or some shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
Don't puke through your fingers, folks, as Sarah and I both know. Sarah, I love that you have literally painted the streets with your puke.
Yeah.
That's very fun. I think, you're one of our first callers, so we're going to keep on the line because right now you are the current leader. We're going to pop you back into the screening room while Tyler and I confer and get our next caller ready, but stay on the line. We'll be back in touch with you shortly.
Okay, because this isn't all the times I've eaten the wrong thing. That's all I have to say. So
it's not all the times you've eaten the wrong thing?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good to know. We're gonna file that info away for later. Maybe we get a little bonus round action going on. Action going on. But let's get to our next caller. Tyler, before you bring him in, let's just figure out how many points we're gonna assign Sarah here. So I think. She is somebody who's also puked through their fingers. That really resonated with me. And the puking and painting your neighborhood with puke, that's really just like the icing on top.
The fact that the puke is just living there forever is like it's just documenting your shame over long periods of time. Like you got to think also not just for her when she eventually comes back, but the people that she knew that lived there that were like, every day, that's her puke.
Every day, her puke.
Every day, like going to the bus, going to school. Oh, God. hey, if you pass 2 puke piles, you've gone too far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just that's a lot to deal with.
It's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, I think it's worth some points.
I think it's worth some points for sure. I'm gonna say that's worth a solid. God, I mean that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. I'm gonna say that's worth a solid 500 points. That's gonna be a hot 500. So total points for Sarah is 750 for her various puke things, and that might put her up in a tiebreak territory depending on how our next caller is. Speaking of which, let's talk to our next caller. Caller, you are on the air.
Son of a bitch doesn't talk to me. Fucking asshole.
You're on the line right now. Discomfort Zone, it's okay.
Hello?
You're here. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, now you talk to me. You ignoring me. You're ignoring me, and it's not.
Wait, who is this? Grandma, is this you?
This is Tyler's grandmother.
Oh, it's Tyler's grandma. See, Tyler made a mistake and typed your grandmother, but it's Tyler's grandma.
Tyler's grandmother.
He typed your grandmother in the screen.
Oh, well, of course.
Tyler has that much disdain for you. He thinks it's his grandma. He thinks it's my grandma when it's your grandma, Tyler.
I said your grandma. He doesn't even know my voice.
He doesn't.
Sorry, Grandma. I'm sorry.
Tyler, you should be ashamed of yourself ignoring me like that.
I'm so sorry.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Tyler. That's your own grandmother on the line. I can't believe you don't recognize your grandma's voice.
Oh,
Ugh.
thank you.
Tyler, by the way,
You're
AC
so
Improv wants to see you. Get on camera just so you can really... I feel like you really should get a big talking to from your grandma.
Okay.
Come on.
Hey, Grandma.
Come on.
Handsome,
Sorry.
show your face. I don't understand why the man in the tie is running the show. Look at
I don't
me.
understand either. I'm not even wearing a
I'm
tie.
not wearing a tie, Grandma. I told you got to wear your glasses.
Yes.
You look at your computer.
You're so cute. You should
thank you.
shave.
Oh, okay.
Is AC Improv a woman? You should date AC Improv.
I don't know if AC Improv's a woman.
We've never found AC Improv. Are you a woman, single, interested in men? Tyler's grandmother wants to know.
It doesn't matter at this point. Just
All right.
get my little tie, get him a ring and get him out of the house.
We can do that.
Hi,
Oh,
I love you.
Thank you. I love you too, Grandma. Oh, you want to
I
talk to
love
Jay now?
you.
You
Well, I
to
want to talk. I want to talk to your grandma.
You talk
Tyler,
to
get,
Yes,
get
I
the fuck
want
out of
to
here.
talk.
I'm sorry.
All
I
right,
want to talk to 70s Alex Trebek.
this is Tyler's grandma. It's so nice to talk to you. I mean, you're an older woman. I would assume you probably got some pretty crazy bodily fluid related stories. But before we get to your puke story, obviously, which I know you're going to get to, what is the biggest mistake you made this week?
Oh, well, I was driving. That was probably where it was a bad idea in the first place.
Terrible place to start. Absolutely.
I'm so old, shouldn't have been on the road. But of course, I have to get. Nanny's got to get a Hostess cupcake.
Okay.
So I broke out of the horrible COVID-infested, nursing home.
Uh-huh.
I karate chopped the nurse, and got past her, stole the buggy, get my Hostess cupcakes. They won't let me have sugar in the nursing home. It really gets me mad. I'm screaming at them to get me some Hostess cupcakes.
Well, you gotta stand up for yourself eventually at some point. I get that.
Thank you, Alex Trebek.
You're welcome.
So I was driving. And I haven't seen people in a long time, so they scared me. So I screamed at them out the window.
What did you scream?
I
What did
said
you say?
I said horrible thing. Horrible thing.
Listen, you can say them here. You're anonymous. All we know you as is Tyler's grandmother.
You're so kind. You're so sweet.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. I have a granddaughter.
It's true.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That is true. I've never met Tyler's sister, but I've heard. What do you?
And cousins.
Which of between Tyler and his sister, which one do you like better?
Be careful.
His sister, of course.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on.
Listen, you
can hear me. Oh, Tyler, you're so precious.
Come
I love you. Please, grandmother.
Is it because I didn't shave?
Well, yes, it's because you're single and you haven't shaved and you left me and you never called me. You never called.
You gotta call
Bring
Tyler. It's rude.
She's on one of her sugar rages again.
Tyler, it's rude. Anyway, all right. Sorry, Mrs. Tyler's grandmother. You were yelling horrible stuff at people as they drove.
Uh-huh.
You haven't told us.
I ran over.
Oh, you ran over somebody.
Ran over a dog.
Ran over a dog. Okay. That's like better and worse.
Very terrible. Yes.
It's a combo. It's a real. It's a reverse save the cat situation.
Yes. Pulled over by the fucking pig. Pulled over.
Oh, Grandma.
No, I'm okay with that. I ate a pig this week and it fucked my stomach up, so she can call out the fucking pigs all she wants.
All right, it is your show. I respect that.
It's my show.
Bit his nose off and I stormed out. Got away. It's a long story. I can keep going.
Keep going.
Actually,
keep going.
They have me buckled up here. I'm belted down to a bed right now.
How are you even calling in?
I'm a crafty bitch.
Did you demand that somebody call?
I'm smart. Grandma knows how to use her tongue on a rotary phone, if you know what I mean.
That sounds like that's exactly what that means, actually. I feel like you don't need any further explanation.
Exactly right.
Well, this is... Oh, so everything okay over there? It sounds like there's a noise in the background.
Yes, that's my Hostess cupcake.
Oh, okay, great. I thought I heard a scream is all, and that's definitely not the same sound a Hostess cupcake makes, but...
No, it's okay. Shush.
What is that?
Shush your little brain.
I think I just heard someone say, help me.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh. Is your grandma violent,
Hello?
Tyler?
She is eating her sugar, and that can lead to some
I see.
violence.
I gotcha. It's a blood sugar thing. Are you diabetic by chance?
I got so much. I can't feel my left toe, and by left toe I mean my leg.
Grandma has said that as long as she doesn't go to the doctor and she doesn't get told that she's diabetic, she's not diabetic.
Fair. That's a good point.
That's right. That's also why I don't open fortune cookies.
It's true.
Fair. Well, listen, Tyler's grandma. I mean, right off the bat. Sorry, Tyler's grandmother. You're not a grandma. You're a grandmother. All right. You get the full name. And you also,
Hard R.
by the way, yeah, I say grandmother with a hard R for sure. None of this grandma bullshit. All right, that's your word.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you you're getting a full 500 points. I'll tell you that much right now. Full 500 for the first round. Actually, you know what? I feel like your story had so many different parts. I'm gonna give you 600 points. You're going above and beyond.
You so much.
You really won 110%.
I'd love to buy a vowel.
Technically 120% if it's 600, because 110 would be 550.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah?
Since it's my grandmother, can we do 2 points from me?
2 points for you?
No, 2 points from me.
Sure.
602 points?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay.
We'll throw your grandmother a
You're
couple points.
so sweet, Tyler. I love you.
But here's what I'll say is, to be fair, in the interest of fairness to Sarah, do you want to give Sarah any points? Because you can't just play favorites. You can't just give your grandma points just because she's your grandma. I think you should also give Sarah some
I'm happy
points.
I beat Tootsie.
Well,
You did beat Tootsie.
Okay, if Sarah agrees to put me in her inheritance.
All right, well, let's get... Okay, Mrs. Tyler's grandmother, we still have to hear your puke story, so we're going to put you on hold for a sec, but let's talk to Sarah real quick, because we got to get this contract figured out with Sarah. Sarah.
Hey, guys.
Hey. So you heard the situation. So Tyler wants to try... Listen, in the interest of fairness, we want to give you some points from Tyler, because we don't want to be unfair here on the Discomfort Zone. And you are still in the running to win the kite. But it would be it'd be remiss of me to not ask you to be to put Tyler in your will so he could potentially give you points. So I want to, come on, Tyler, get on here, and let's figure it out. You guys hash this out.
So I'm thinking, you
okay,
get a couple points from me. I get a couple points from you. I mean, you're probably gonna live for a while. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably outlive you. But okay, so it's just anything in the will, or you need like the bulk of everything?
Well, this is negotiation, so my starting position is everything in the will.
Now hold on, that's hogwash, Tyler. That's rude. You can't
you
just
start somewhere.
You can't. You could start lower than that.
If you start there, it's a mistake because then you'll get all of my debt.
Ooh, see?
Yeah, you made a mistake, Tyler.
Well, okay. Well, I haven't agreed to anything yet. All of a sudden.
Well, now she's going to hold her position, probably. That's my guess as to what's going to happen next.
Okay. All right. I'll take 25% of your debt for 3 points.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great
Oh, okay,
deal for
great.
me,
Oh, that was easy.
on every level.
All right, great.
But if she pays off her debt first, then I get profits. So I'm betting on her. So
fair. All right, Sarah, you now have 753 points. We're keeping it even. We're keeping it tight. We're gonna pop you back in.
I love Tyler's faith in capitalism.
Yeah, Tyler, for a guy who literally has like communist stuff up in his room, he does have a surprising amount of faith in capitalism and the debt credit system.
I believe in you, Sarah. Okay.
Yeah, I wish I could act. I mean, we probably could turn the camera around, but I don't want to fuck up with the spacing again and stuff. You literally showed the Soviet propaganda Tyler has on his wall. All right, let's talk to Tyler's. Let's talk to Tyler's grandmother again. We're gonna pop Sarah back into the screening room now that we know where she's at points wise and with Tyler's debt wise.
I understand now. You're not listening to me because you put me in a room. I don't.
No. Well, you're back here with us now, Mrs. Tyler's grandmother. You're here.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, shut the fuck up back there. Okay. Sarah's a woman, Tyler. You should offer your penis.
That wasn't part of the terms of negotiation.
Grandma, again.
That's how you
should
flirt.
be saying stuff online, on the internet, or anywhere.
That's how you.
Oh yeah, it's Jay's show.
She can't hear us.
She can hear us. She's listening in on the show still.
Oh, Sarah, you should date
talk.
my young Tyler. He has such a big wang. I remember. Oh, here's my story. This has to do with my story.
Your puke story?
About Tyler's huge. Yes, about Tyler's huge wang.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
You see,
I'm intrigued already.
It's the old Tyler knows it's the old family story. Everybody always laughs. Tyler was being born, right in the back in an old ER room back in 1990, Tyler, 1984.
Tyler's 1988, I believe.
1988.
Yeah.
I remember. And when your mother, God rest her soul, she's still alive, was giving birth to you, all the blood and of course, baby Tyler came out, was so beautiful, and had such a giant sausage between his tiny little chubby feet that it split his mother open.
That's how big his dick was, that it dangled below his feet as a baby.
It was a third foot, and when the little tiny Tyler came out with three heads, if you know what I mean, it split his mother in half, and blood was everywhere, all over the baby.
Right.
And it hurt her so much that she shat all over Tyler. So there's Tyler crying as loud as Zeus's lightning, and just covered in shit and blood. And your father, he passed out. And, of course, who had to hold the baby? Because everyone had fainted was old grandma.
Right, of course, it's old grandma.
And I had my purse, and I had the baby, and I had my nice Sunday floral blouse,
Right.
And I couldn't hold it in. And all of the meatballs that I had eaten, the cafeteria meatballs at the hospital,
Oh, those
came
hospital
out
meatballs.
right on top of Tyler's face. So there's Tyler with his huge dick. I was holding him by the... Oh, yes, and the doctor, when he pulled him out, held him upside down by his ding-dong. That's how big his dick is.
Wow.
And so until he realized, oh, this is his penis. And then grabbed his other hand.
But they almost clipped it because they thought it was the umbilical cord.
That's right. Oh, that almost happened. Yeah, he's like, you were there. You're so smart. And the little baby held in between Grandma and the purse. I tried to aim my vomit into the purse, but then I thought, oh no, this is a fancy purse. I don't want to get. And so I just turned my head towards Tyler's mouth, tried to hide my puke inside Tyler's mouth. That didn't work.
Now, obviously, that didn't work.
Vomit.
Tyler's still here.
Such a tiny little baby. I couldn't hide my vomit in your baby mouth. And vomit, blood, shit, covered in this naked little baby. It felt very inappropriate. Everybody laughed, though. Yeah. Oh, it was great. So that's why every Christmas we always call him a third dick vomit baby.
Third dick vomit baby.
Every Christmas, she tells
I
the
always
same
wondered
story.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard
That's why we
that.
call him that.
I called you on Christmas one year, and I overheard your grandmother like telling the very end of this story.
Yeah, I think I lied to you and said it had nothing to do with me.
Now I got it.
Now you know.
Wow. I mean, this is truly
Third dick vomit baby.
Mrs. Tyler's grandmother. This is truly one of the greatest stories in Discomfort Zone history. I'm gonna just flat out. I'm giving you a full 1,000 points just for this story. I mean, this is incredible.
Thank you so much.
You're getting You're walking out of here far and away. And Sarah, I'm sorry. We'll talk to Sarah in just a sec. We're gonna show. I do want to show. Tyler has a special treat for you. But Tyler's gonna get your address, especially since it sounds like you're changing locations very rapidly. And we're gonna send you a nice kite so that way you can fly the next time you fly the coop. How about that?
Oh, that's so wonderful. If I wasn't tied down, I would clap my hands.
So listen, figure out how to clap that tongue or something.
Oh, yeah, let me try. Can you hear that?
Don't knock your teeth out, Grandma. Be careful.
Oh, Tyler, I haven't had those.
Oh, man. All right, Mrs. Tyler's grandmother, we're going to pop you back into the screening room. We're going to get Sarah back in here just to say goodbye to her, and then I think that'll be the end of the show because my camera is running out of battery. That's the other mistake I made is I didn't charge my camera up enough before starting the stream today. And we are on 1 bar battery left, so we could be losing the stream any minute now. I have no idea. Sarah. Hey, so listen. I mean, I'm so sorry you lost, but I mean, you heard Tyler's grandmother's story. There's no way that you could beat that unless you have like something else absurd that you ate that you weren't supposed to eat. And I know you said you had a couple things.
Well, okay. There's one thing I ate I wasn't supposed to eat. Okay, so I was at work and I hated my job. So and it was like a tech company that they had like all new modular furniture and all this stupid stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, I went to Whole Foods for lunch and I got this salad and it was like a salmon. It was a salmon Caesar salad, and it was so good. I cannot even tell you how good it was. I was like, this is amazing. But I went back to work and I shit my pants. And then I had to stay until everyone left because I was sitting on the stupid furniture so I could try to clean it up. Very embarrassing.
Damn.
But the next day I was like, let's try that salad again because
classic mistake.
Maybe that wasn't it, because it did taste. I was like, this should be my lunch every day, Maybe it wasn't. Maybe that wasn't it. I got to tell you, that was it. Yeah. So I did it again.
You did it again.
It was horrible.
Did you poop everywhere this time or did you have a puke?
Yeah. No, I did. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. Yep. And I never had done that, like, as an adult. You know what I mean? Like,
never puked?
Pooping out. No. But it was bad.
What a story. I mean, listen, Sarah, I'm glad you shared that with us.
I think the fact that I did it twice, you know.
You did it twice, sure.
In a row.
But that's the thing. It's like, here's the thing, and this is I'm gonna have to hit you on a technicality here, because you only puked the second time. You pooped the first time, right? Like that, I get that could have been anything.
No, both times I did.
Oh well, that's being modest. Oh God. Listen.
And it's like I knew I should have known.
This is such like an everyday.
How old is she when this happened?
Sarah, you said this
Are you doing this? Are you doing this every day? You guys are shitting yourselves at work?
No, but so you do this 2 days in a row. I mean, I'm not eating stuff that I know is going to make me shit my pants every day at work.
Okay. Well, you could.
Listen, I ate a pork sandwich that is the only culprit for making me puke up an entire night's worth of food. I'm not going to eat that pork sandwich again.
Where was it from? Arby's?
No, it was from Joy in Highland Park.
Oh, I guess I won't go there.
Alleged.
No, that's where it was from. Also, does Arby's sell a pork sandwich?
Knowing me, I'll go get it, and then I'll eat it every day of the week and do what you did. I mean, you didn't go back and get that again today and then eat it and have the same problem today. What I'm telling you is I did that with my body.
But see, that's the thing is, like, after a certain point, you can't call that a mistake. Like, you made the choice to do that.
I was so hopeful.
You can't have hope in store-bought salads. You can't have hope in fish from Whole Foods.
Well.
And I'm sorry you had to learn that lesson the hard way one time when you pooped your pants and puked everywhere, and then another time when you pooped your pants and puked everywhere, and then a third time when you pooped your pants and puked everywhere. Well, actually, no, I can't say you did a third time.
If it was here, I would eat it again. It tastes so good.
Well, here's the thing: is you did it. It's happening now, and you get some points for it. And tell you what, I'll even give you so many points you'll make it to the high scoreboard. But you're still not going to beat. I mean, Tyler's grandmother, she told a 1,000-point story, and unfortunately, your story is not a 1,000-point story. But I will say, as consolation, you're going to get a solid. I think you've told us a 500-point story just now.
All right, well, I'll take it. Thank you.
And we're going to put you up on the leaderboard, even though you're losing this episode. And I will show you this. This is Tyler wanted me to make sure that I could show you this. So this is one piece of the Soviet propaganda that Tyler has.
Thank you.
Here in his room.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to make this is definitely going to be like the YouTube thumbnail image for when I re-upload this episode onto YouTube later.
But he thinks people can get out of depth in capitalism.
I mean, this is also this is a great Tyler anti-capitalist photo. This is from Bernie's famous victory over the Wall Street, the Monopoly man, when he fought him in that one boxing match that one time.
Amazing.
This is a live photo.
Do you remember when Frank Zimmerman, the guy that killed Trayvon Martin, he wanted to do a celebrity boxing match, and then DMX was like, "Cool, I'll do that. I'll box you." And then he was like, "Never mind, I'm not going to do a celebrity boxing match."
Whoa!
What I would give to see DMX destroy that man's face.
Well, Zimmerman dropped out after DMX gave an interview, and he said, "I don't care about the rules. I'm going to beat the fuck out of that guy."
Man, R.I.P. DMX.
This motherfucker sold the gun he used to murder that child.
I know.
Anyway, DMX could have gotten to fight him. What's the price?
He was autographing Skittles and iced tea. Come on.
For you, listen, let's say you did a horrible thing. Like, let's just say DMX is as mad as he could be. What is the price? I know, R.I.P. What is the price that you would need for DMX to fight you with no rules?
The price that I would need. How much? Okay, so this is going to like a charity of my choice? Or am I getting this money?
Whatever you want.
So here's the thing.
Whatever you want.
I mean, first of all, my guess is that George Zimmerman probably wanted this money to line his own pockets with and not to be any kind of like good or redeeming person.
Obviously.
Obviously. Like George Zimmerman's not doing any fucking charities.
If he's having to fix his face for the rest of his life, it's kind of like, yeah, it's worth it, you know?
I think, I mean, Honestly, if I was as recognizable as George Zimmerman and like people knew who I was, because he's like a media figure at this point. If I could have somebody and I could redeem myself by having them beat the fuck out of me and I'm completely unrecognizable, I will take a paltry sum, enough to like put a down payment on a rental somewhere and start my life over. I'll say that's. What does that cost? If I'm not here if I'm not in a major city, a first and last month's rent, and maybe another month on top of that, just so I can like cover my medical expenses or something. You know, I'll go into medical debt for that if I'm George Zimmerman, hypothetically speaking.
I mean, he should. Let's be clear. It would only be fair. I mean, obviously, it's easy to follow a child around and shoot them, right?
Well, children are quick, so it's not that easy. I mean, he had to be really like on the kid. I mean, when Tamir Rice got shot, that cop had to speed. He like jumped a curb to catch Tamir Rice, and Tamir's 12.
Yeah.
I mean, kids are quick. Kids are spry.
Yeah. Well, not spry enough. Again. You know?
True. I'm gonna say George Zimmerman should have taken $5,000.
I mean, I think that's fair. I would give George Zimmerman $5,000 for that to happen.
I would pay George Zimmerman $5,000 to get the shit beaten out of him.
Still will.
Jake Paul's gonna be fighting.
I don't know who wants to do it. Maybe 50 Cent. I'm trying to think of somebody.
Who would do it? Yeah, we lost DMX, so obviously DMX isn't going to do that anymore.
Because DMX is like just so obviously very intense and scrappy. You know what I mean? Like it's not even about his size.
Right.
You just know he's going to get it done.
Oh yeah.
I guess we could get Chris Brown. He's got a lot of experience.
True. Very true.
Just Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the new obvious pick. Yeah, get Mike Tyson in there. He's fighting again. All right. This is calling it out right now. This is how we're ending the stream today. Mike Tyson versus George Zimmerman. I want to see that fight happen. Mike Tyson, put up $5,000 of your own money so that George Zimmerman will get the shit beaten out of him by you challenge.
I think every time you murder a black kid, you should have to fight a black adult of our choosing.
Agreed.
That should be the new rule.
I think that's a pretty good rule. I see no fault in that rule whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can still go on paid leave and all that, but
you're going to be taking your paid leave from the hospital because you got the shit beaten out of you by Mike Tyson.
Bring back Kimbo Slice.
Correct.
Ugh.
And he's
another R.I.P.
Yeah.
God, I hope Kimbo Slice and DMX are fighting in heaven in a beautiful like choreographed street fight that's going to get millions of views on Heaven YouTube.
Boom.
Arf! All right. Sarah, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. We're going to put you on the leaderboard, and we hope to talk to you again sometime with more mistakes because it sounds like you're chock full of them.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. You too. All right. So that's it, guys. I mean, it's a hot. We ran out more battery than I thought we were going to, which is great. Congratulations again to Tyler's grandmother. Congrats to Sarah for getting some stuff. Oh, the battery's going red right now. All right. Stay tuned in to Pack TV. We got great shows all night. Wizard World Live is coming up next, and then Fake News is on at 9. And if you like the show, donate to @Hack-Theater on Venmo. They'll probably be reopening live soon, but that's the place to give them a little cash money for what you've seen tonight. Congrats to Tyler's grandmother. We're going to send you a kite soon. Bye-bye.